Yes, welcome to another video. I'm Lewis, above me's John. We've got the transfer roundup, the daily transfer roundup coming up for you today. Got some interesting ones on this one, actually, so stick around. Right, 800 like target, should we stick with that? We're on that. We were doing quite well on the 800, so yeah, smash a like on the video, guys, if you do enjoy it. It helps us know that you're actually enjoying these videos, and it also helps other City fans find it, because if more people that like it, YouTube go, oh, people like this video, we'll show more people this video.
Hashtag algorithms.
Yeah. Subscribe to the channel if you're new on that 18k march. Hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss any of our videos. Right, I'm going to get kicked off outgoings as usual. Fernandinho, the agent of Manchester City midfielder Fernandinho, has revealed that his client has offers from Brazil and across Europe as he prepares to seek pastures new. The Brazil international is expected to leave the Citizens on a free transfer, and the midfielder's agent Giovanni Branchini has said that there are already several offers on the table. What are you thinking, bro? Would you keep him? He's 35 years old. He's playing really good still. Would you keep him?
If he does well into the end of the season and keeps smashing it, I don't see an issue with having him for another year. I think as well it'll help that transition with us hopefully bringing another centre mid, and he'll always be a good backup for next year, as long as he's aware that he will get a lot less game time next year because we're bringing someone else in. And it's whether he wants that. He might not want that. He might want to go and still be playing football, but because he is showing right now to us, he's still one of the best defensive midfielders in the Premier League, and he's 35 years old. Explain to me why that is happening, because I don't understand. The guy is cracked. He's breaking the law. It shouldn't be real. Fernandinho is just still too good, and he's showing that against them, and not even just against smaller opposition. He's showing it against big teams.
Big teams, yeah.
So, end of the day, if he keeps performing like he's performing, he should just get another year. Yeah. I'm happy. He's a legend for City. So
you know
I'm
what
happy
I do, bro? You know how, like, with the Aguero situation, we're saying just leave it until summer and then just make the decision in the summer?
Yeah.
I'd do that.
Same. If both club and player are happy to do that, by all means, I'm happy to wait.
They should be, because Fernandinho's agent here is telling us that he's already got offers. So what I'd do now, if I was sitting here with Fernandinho, I'd say, right, you've already got offers from other clubs. You go to your agent and decide which of them clubs is the best one for you. Then go to that club and say, basically, I'm going to come I'll make the decision in the summer. They're not going to turn around and say, nah, you got to make the decision now, because he'll just go, all right, well, bye then, and I'll make a different choice. And I just wait until the summer. That's what I'd hope is going to happen.
It's funny that you say that, actually, because they did that to David Silva.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, was it Lazio? What club was it? There was a club that they were telling David Silva.
It was Lazio, yeah.
They said to him, you need to make your decision now. And so then David Silva was like, no. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. As if they're in a position of power. You want me at your club.
But now he's smashing it. So
now he's smashing it.
So yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd just wait until the summer and make the decision then, bro. Yeah. Who else we got?
Next up is Timi Sobowale. Could have butchered that, as always. He's a centre-back for City. 18 years older, is wanted by MLS side Real Salt Lake City. The defender's initial discussions and he's open to move to USA. There's also been late interest from Crystal Palace, Millwall, Stoke and Blackburn.
Some decent teams there.
Yeah, decent teams there, especially for an 18-year-old. I've never personally seen him or heard of him before until we're seeing this report. And it kind of, these kind of youngster like things are coming up now. I know City want to keep hold of them all, but obviously you can't keep hold of everyone. But we'll do our best to keep hold of, do you know what I mean, the fair few. And it's, I guess, the onus is on this guy. Does he want to stay and fight for his place at City, or would he prefer to go elsewhere?
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens with that one. The next player, we didn't really know whether to put it in the outgoings or the incomings, but it's Angelino. Red Bull Leipzig sporting director Marcus Crochet. My gut feeling, this is what he says, my gut feeling tells me that there's a high probability that he will stay with us, obviously with Leipzig. We are very happy with him with us. We can assume that he will stay longer. So it is looking like, obviously they're confident. That's their sporting director coming out. It's not some random source. It's their sporting director. This was to Sky Sports as well, saying that they're confident that he's going to stay. I think there's like only a couple more games left for City to activate the buyback clause on him. Doesn't look like that's going to happen at this moment. There's no sort of rumours coming out that City are going to do it. So it does sound like he's going to get. So are you guys happy with this? Obviously, you got Mendy at the club who, you know, his future is unclear at this moment in time. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? You've got Angelino who's tearing up the Bundesliga. You know, are you happy with this situation? Should we not have activated the buyback and get him back and keep him? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. I think City fans are kind of split. Some people
It's
are
very
like,
mixed.
there's absolutely no reason why Angelino shouldn't be at City. We got Mendy, who's sketchy defensively but decent going forward. Angelino is kind of the same. However, he's always fit, so he should be the one. And then there's some other people who are on the side of he's doing it in Germany. That's kind of different in England. So let us know in the comment section below what you do on this one.
Yeah, it is weird one. Like I say, and if City were to come in and change this situation of him staying, it'd probably be in the next week or two that they'd have to do it.
Yeah.
Just on the basis that he is in the contract of if he plays a certain amount of games, then they're obliged. They have to pay it, don't they? Then they have to pay the fee, and he becomes a Leipzig player. I love it though. I love Angelino in the sense that when he played United, he was still like, you know what I mean, all about City.
Yeah,
I mean, he loves it, absolutely loves it. So next up is incomings. Everyone's favorite part of any transfer video is the incomings. Hence why we do them at the end, so you watch more of our videos and more watch time. Thanks everyone. First on the incomings is weird because he is at the club at the moment, but only on loan, is Scott Carson, the GOAT, the best player in world football. Pep Guardiola wants him to stay on a new deal at the club, hailing the goalkeeper's impact at the club. Carson, 35, into his second season long loan from Derby, and he's never played a game for us. He's our third choice keeper. However, right, Pep Guardiola came out along with all this, and he was saying that Carson is like a captain on the inside of the club. You know what I mean? We have Fernandinho and Kevin, and I think Carson's a part of. They have like a leadership group there. I think Diaz is already in that leadership group. I know that Kyle Walker's there, and I think Carson's in that. Apparently, he's very much a leader from like inside the dressing room and stuff. So I think he just brings big energy. He's the embodiment of energy gang.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I agree with what you're saying. However, if the only sort of criteria now that you have to have a bit of energy to get a deal, well, look no further than this channel, Pep, because me and Jordy Body can bring big energy, and I'll quite happily sit on the, not even on the bench, you don't even got the bench, I'll quite happily receive a £35,000 wage weekly to provide energy at half time. Trust me, we can do that, Pep.
We'll split that wage between us and we'll do it. Both of us. 35 grand a week, Pep. Yeah. We'll do that. We'll bring you big energy, and the chat can provide the evidence.
We'll bring the chat with us. We'll bring that iPad, right? And when we're in like the halftime, we'll show the chat, and we'll just have like people in the chat spamming like energy gang and that. And we'll if that's what you want, if that's all that's required to get a contract, then we can deal.
100%.
But yeah, it does sound, on a serious note, it does sound like Scott Carson is actually like a GOAT in the dressing room. So that's decent. Right, moving on to the real GOAT. Or is he? Lionel Messi. Pep Guardiola on signing Lionel Messi. So these are actual comments. He's a player for another club. I'm sorry, I always try to answer questions, but it's a player from Barcelona, and about the transfer market, you know my opinion. It's about cheeky. And then he goes, I don't like to talk about players who are not here. The best way to talk about this is behind the scenes. My comments will not solve or break a deal, especially with players who are not here. I respect all who play for other teams. I think this is positive, bro. I think this is positive news. It's about Tiki.
The reason I've put that in there is he mentions Tiki straight away, right? But also, this is one of the only times where Pep Guardiola is asked about Lionel Messi, and he doesn't say, no, I want him to stay at Barcelona. Pep Guardiola famously always says about Messi staying in Barcelona.
He does, yeah.
And he's not. Also, another thing, he said the best way to talk about this is behind the scenes.
Ooh, nice.
And Pep, it's been coming out, I think in our last transfer video, we said about him speaking with Messi behind the scenes, and they've kept in contact throughout. And that's been the thing. At first, Pep was all about, I don't speak to him, he should stay at Barcelona. However, now he's saying it should all be done behind the scenes, because I firmly believe this guy is talking to Messi all the time. He's been pulling the wool over all the journalists' eyes, so he, gives him a bit of heat off him. Yeah. And I think there's more to this than what first meets the eye.
I think that bit where he says, you know my opinion, it's about Cheeky. It's like, nah, don't ask me, ask Cheeky, innit? Like,
He's the guy doing the deal. Why would he say that if Cheeky isn't doing the deal?
If the deal is dead, he'd just say, nah, it ain't happening. I want him to stay at Barca, it's not happening. Like, you wouldn't start talking about speak to the person who does the transfer. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I think that's positive news, Bray.
I do. I think there's more to it than what we think. And last up on the list, this is kind of kind of a big deal.
This is new news. I didn't know about this news until Jordan just told me the news, but this is new. This is fresh, hot off the press.
Hot
bro.
off the press, right?
Hot off the press.
Erling Haaland, more Erling Haaland news. We brought some news about his dad in the last transfer roundup about him saying about he's allowed to go to United and that. Do you know what I mean? But it was backhanded. This one is City will be in the market for a new striker in the summer.
Yep.
We're waiting to hear if Haaland's going to be available. City feel Haaland could lead their line for the next 10 years, and Pep Guardiola is a massive fan. 10 years is big, and Pep Guardiola being a fan, big. That is big.
Well, that's not the news, bro. Tell me.
Yes,
and tell the people the big news.
So
this is fresh news.
It's fresh, innit? So City do have a sell-on clause in the Jadon Sancho deal. This is something that's been in the air for ages, whether it exists or not. City believe the 15% sell-on clause that we have on Jadon Sancho is going to work in our favour, and then City, in the negotiations for Haaland, could agree to just waiver that fee, and then as like an upsell for him coming to City, and that'll gain an advantage over other people. Because say we're going for Haaland and we say, yeah, okay, here's 100 million. That 15% sell-on fee, if we say Sancho's worth 120 mil, that's 18 mil. That's not quick maths, we worked out before. There's 18 mil. So that's an extra 18 mil that they'll benefit from. Because if they don't, when they sell Sancho, which is probably inevitable, we're going to get cash for that.
Yeah.
So I think that's big, and it puts us right up there for this.
I just think, guys, the news recently about Haaland, it's getting more, you know, it's getting louder. We're hearing the news, you know what I mean? But like, go back a month, there wasn't really that much. But now his dad's talking about transfers. We're now hearing leaks about Jadon Sancho's contract. We're hearing leaks that City might be willing to get rid of that, you know, waive that sell-on clause. So the news is getting louder, and there's only one reason that's getting louder, is because I think something's happening behind the scenes.
Can I just say as well, people might be like, oh, you're chatting shit and stuff, and that's just paper talk and stuff. Well, that's actually from Martin Blackburn, and he's a very, 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 he's probably one of our best sources for City news. So that is big. And for him to come out and say that Pep Guardiola is a big fan, you know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question though, right? Let me ask you a question. Is this a gamble though, right? Because someone come on the phone-in show and said, it's a bit of a gamble, it's a lot of money. And some people are like, what you're on about is mint. I actually do think he's mint, but I also don't disagree with the fact that I think this Haaland deal is a massive, massive gamble. You got to remember, guys, he's been playing in a respectable league for just over a year, yeah? And he's going to be worth 120 million. Now, he does score goals. He scores goals wherever he's been. However, the fact remains that there's a lot of City fans out there, including myself, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, that think we should spend 120 million on Erling Haaland, who's spent 1 year in a respectable league, and is going to replace Sergio Aguero, our best striker and probably the Premier League's greatest ever striker. That is, whichever way you look at it, it is a gamble. There's no way that he comes into this league and you can guarantee that he will just score goals. That's not the case. So it is a gamble. You know what I mean? It's not a certified he's going to come in and start smashing it. And the question is, should City spend £120 million on what is a gamble? Because it is a gamble. You can't guarantee that he will come in and score goals. He's played in a respectable league for a year. And yes, he's done incredibly well. And by the way, I do want him. I do think we should take that gamble. And just asking the question, do you think that we should go out and get someone who might not cost us much, but kind of guarantees us goals? Or do you think we should go for this gamble on what could be, as he said about Pep Guardiola, someone who could lead the line for the next 10 years?
I think it's definitely a risk worth taking.
I think it is a risk we should take. I'm just asking the question. I do think there'll be people out there who don't think that we should take that gamble.
There's the other side of the coin, the other gamble. Let him go elsewhere and see what he does.
That is true, bro. That is the other gamble, isn't it? So let us know in the comment section below. Is there anyone out there? There is people out there, because we've spoken to these people who think that we shouldn't go for this gamble. But I don't want you to just say, no, don't go for that. You've got to give me a name. And don't say Martinez, because he's 100 million as well. So if you're one of these people who say we shouldn't go for Haaland, that's fine. But tell me, give me an option, innit? Give me an option of who we go for. And that wraps up today's transfer roundup, guys. So if you did enjoy it, please smash the thumbs up on it. Go for that 800 like target. And subscribe to the channel if you're new for that 18k march. And we'll see you in the next one.